guys, welcome to the Grace Farm. So today we are starting a new tradition.
It's called Weeding Wednesday.
And it needs to be done because last year we did not quite do it, and we're going to try something new this year. So every Wednesday we're going to come out in our garden and we're going to weed, because if it can grow within a week, yeah, it needs to be weeded.
Yeah, and it can be picked pretty easily in a week. We'll show you some footage where we went ahead and covered two beds that are really prone to weeds. We're not sure why those are different than the other beds, but these two are really bad. So we put woven weed fabric on top of them, and we're just going to burn holes and only be able to pick the weeds right there where the holes come out. So we're hoping, fingers crossed, that works out better.
Now, if you have issues with ants, this stuff works great. It's the Taro ant killer. You open up the one end and it's got a little shaker thing. You just shake it on and it puts these little pellets down, and the ants take it, and in about a day or two, no more ants. Mary gets covered forever. It's time to plant, and the first crop that's going to go in is
Green beans.
green beans.
So we have these huge trellises right here, obviously, that you can walk under. We did an experiment last fall. We grew a couple vines just to see, and it was pretty cool to see all of the green beans hanging inside of the trellis. So we're going to put lights on this for nighttime. We're going to have flowers on the ends. It's going to look really, really neat. But first, we have lots and lots of green beans to plant. But on the beds on either side that they sit in is where we're going to do our watermelons and our cantaloupe. And as a refresher, we just have the sweet passion, the cantaloupe, and then we have a strawberry watermelon, which is really good. And then also we're going to try this orangelo. Orange flesh watermelon. Why not, right? So we're going to get to work on planting these.
Have fun.
Okay, so one of the things we're going to use this year too to space things out to make sure we can get as much as we can in, it's called a seeding square. And what it does is it has all these different holes in these different colors, and it comes with a chart that lets you know how much you can plant in 1 square foot. This is how you can get the most out you can. Now obviously we could put 20 cantaloupes in here, but they do have really, really long vines. But I want to make sure that I space it out enough, and the cantaloupes will have the entire 10-foot bed to run across. But I want to make sure I space it out enough so they can each, hopefully we can get 3. I think we can get 3 across. Let's try. Okay, so as you can see, this is the 1 foot square, and the cantaloupes need at least 1 square foot. So we're going to put a hole here. I'm just going to put a hole there, and then you can see the square that I marked. So I'm just going to come over. Mark a hole there. Good, I will be able to get 3. Put a hole there. And then this extra space of this extra row, I could put 1 more, but we need to leave room for the green beans to have space to go all the way down. We're going to put 2 in for seed assurance to make sure. And then we'll... Oh.
How far down do you need to go?
About 1 inch.
About 1 inch down. Cantaloupe.
So watermelon is the same. It could do 1 in 1 square foot. But since we have 2 different kinds, I'm going to do strawberry this way, do the orange coming this way, and then do the strawberry going that way. So, but I'll be able to do 3 just like I did the cantaloupe. But I'll separate and see what we get here. So I'm going to start here. Push it into the ground. make a hole, and then I'm going to measure it out, but not put anything here because I'm going to do it the other way for the other one.
Now, how deep down does the strawberry watermelon need to go?
I mean, about an inch.
About an inch, just like the cantaloupe?
Just like that.
All right.
And once they get going, we'll pluck the weakest one.
You are the weakest one. Goodbye.
Because we don't need 6 watermelon plants.
No.
Alright, then we're going to come down here. And go the other way. So we're not putting one here. We are going to put a rondelo. Seeds look absolutely no different. But we'll put 2 in here. And I don't need to measure the other side. Now for the green beans, we are not going to use the measuring tool because we're going to go every single rung of the candle petal going up and in between. So there'll be lots and lots of green beans.
So now that we got our green beans and the
Melons.
planted, now it's on to everybody's favorite, tomatoes. You can really tell a good garden by how good your tomatoes are. That and peppers. But we're going to do our Jet Star tomatoes first. Now we do the hanging, growing, and so ultimately what the goal is you tie the string to the bottom of the tomato plant.
Which we tie it to a stake and then put it next to it.
Yep, little stake. And then as that tomato plant starts to grow, with the string down, you just start to clip the main stem up. And then you cut off any excess that you don't want to actually grow. And then it will grow as high as it can go. So, let's do it.
tomato, you see these little hairs here? Those can all shoot off and make roots. So you want, and they're all along the stem here, so you want to go as close as you can to here, to the base when you plant it. So if you could dig a hole that deep, you know, that's about 8 to 10 inches, that's great. But if you can't, like we really can't do that here in this raised bed, you can also lay them like this and plant dirt up against them, and then they'll grow roots all along the stem here inside of the garden.
So it's important to have a good root system underneath the tomatoes.
Little bit of stinging rain and big old fat rain. Rain that flew in sideways. Shoot, it even rained at night.